down here. Okay, back with another live stream. Let me check my audio on my stream before I get started. I've got something here. I bought me a new lapel mic, and well, there's my old one on the table there. Plug it into the phone, and that's the box on the other side of the screen there. That's the box of the new one. The brand is Pop Voice, and I'm gonna get it out. I haven't even got it out. I opened the box, pulled the little bag out, and then I put it back because I just thought I'd wait and do it on the video. And so I'm gonna get it out and hook it up. And I thought I would show how I do it. How I use it at the same time. So let me grab that. I'm going to use the old one while I'm, opening up this one because I need to. You can see I can just barely reach. That's as far as I can reach without getting away from my mic. So my SM58. So normally I have this in the. Normally I have this in that little bag that I wear around my waist, but I'll just leave it. And that's the reason the phone's in. Well, the reason the phone's in this big plastic thing is to protect from breaking the connector on the phone. Just so happens that I had bought this little VR headset a long time ago now, and I didn't. I can't really stand to look at it. It makes me dizzy and everything. But I really thought that I might be able to use it to do, I guess you call it POV, point of view videos. Wear it, and because it has a place for your microphone cable to come out. That would be coming out the side of the VR headset right there, out that way, and so you could have your mic. I tested it before I ever bought the lapel mic, and it sounded like you're down in a barrel. You could barely, and it wasn't very loud either. These mics don't pick up very loudly by themselves without that. That's why I like the lapel mic. It's got automatic. The phones. I guess pretty much all these phones have automatic level controls. So oddly enough, the other day I was out in the garage making videos without the lapel because, well, the lapel mic won't. The apps. I only found one video app, for the phone that would work with the lapel mic, and it wouldn't do 1080p. You had to pay for it to do that. So I didn't want to use that app. And it had a watermark on it that was aggravating to look at. But when using OBS Studio, it's open source, and it's fully functional. And of course, there's no OBS Studio for the phones, but I use it on the desktop and then stream. I use an app called IP Webcam to stream from the phone to through the Wi-Fi to the desktop, and then go through OBS Studio. But to the regular camera apps, they don't stream; they just take a video onto the phone. So let's see. Let me get this turned on.
Okay.
We should have a good.
Yeah, we should have a good.
Get rid of the double. I want double mics. They're not together. They're not synced. They never will be. One going over the Wi-Fi. Now I'm trying to look at my preview, and it stopped playing for some reason, so I got to reload it. One of them, I want to make sure my audio is still working and everything. Just because it looks like it's working doesn't mean it is. Especially, well, I can see the signal myself looking at my preview, but especially lately, that one reason why I bought the new mic setup is because I'm waiting for that to come back up. Oh, okay. I had my laptop muted. You always have to do 2 or 3 things to get it going again. Okay, so we're not on the wire on this mic here. And okay, so you go back over there to the we'll just use that double view. That way I can show close-ups and wide view at the same time. And
Go back over there.
now, every time I change anything in my setup, it makes it a little harder to figure out what I'm doing. But I guess we'll just put this over here to the side or something. Yeah. Okay, so the don't want to knock it off the table though, do I? Maybe it's better up here. Yeah. Okay, so this is called Pop Voice. Had good. I got it on Amazon. Good reviews. I didn't get to. A lot of times people will do demo videos, you know, on Amazon reviews, but there wasn't any. But everyone did say it sounded pretty good, surprisingly well for a cheap mic. And it's not like the one I have, single. This is two lapels that are. Let me turn this around where you can see the picture. I'll get it out, but anyway, they go down to one cable, and someone asked the question, is it stereo, you know, do you have a right and left channel? And they said, no, it's not, it's mono, so we'll find out. They didn't use the words mono, so I don't know. And you can't use one or the other. If they were stereo, you could in OBS Studio, because you could turn on and off, you know, whatever channels you wanted. But get it out. It's got a nice, well, that bag feels kind of nice. It's real soft, like velour, I guess it would be. Not that it matters, but well, the one that came, there's a little bag just about like that with my other mic, and it's like that slick nylon stuff, I think. That one actually feels nice. That's kind of funny. Has the words on it. Doesn't make it work any better, but hey, it's kind of a nice touch. Let's see what we got in here. Looks like we got some papers that we might be able to show on the thing. Yeah, and then the key for me, my phones, my Alcatel A845L, is these adapters. So let's get them out first. And because if I hadn't, I did a lot of research, and you can see that adapter, that long silver adapter. That's a bad thing that it sticks out so far, but it wouldn't work without it. And the ones that don't come with it, this is, okay, phones use TRRS. And before that, well, before that, the common thing would be TRS, tip ring sleeve. This is tip ring sleeve. And that's the way, the pro audio way of describing this stuff. I mean, that's the proper way to say it. But, and I used to mix sound for bands, so I learned some of that stuff. But I had never heard of such a thing because I didn't have a phone until the last couple of years. I didn't have one of these, wasn't an early adopter on the smartphone. I still don't use some phones for phones. I use them for cameras and stuff. I figured I'd use them for pocket computers, but the screens are only like 4-inch screens and I can't see them very good, so I don't carry them with me or anything. But anyway, okay, so the point being that the TRRS can carry a stereo headset and then also a mic input. So you've got stereo outs and mono in for the mic. That's the way the phones are wired. So there you go, there's the answer to that question. If you know that much, then you'll know you're not going to get stereo. That's the way the phones are wired. Whatever pin, and there's different pin outs they call it, you know. Just because it's TRRS doesn't mean the pins are all tied to the same wires in every device. You know, every manufacturer kind of does what they think is going to work good for their device. But they do know that they want them to work together with different devices so they can sell lots of them. So they try and they'll use, you know, adapters and stuff. So here's, okay, here's the other adapter. Let's get this out here. I'll get those out in a minute. Okay, so here's the first adapter that comes with it, or the other. First one, the one that you'll most generally see is one, it may, probably will look like this. I don't know if that'll fit in there. And I like that being a right angle, less stress on your connector, you know, your female connector on your phone. And then you just plug in the, the male connector here. And what that does is converts that. Actually being tight is good because it won't come loose on you.
it converts that to just TRS and tip ring sleeve, and so that will plug into your computer. Now I tried with this other mic, 60 ways to Sunday, every adapter that I've got, you know, got plenty of them, to get it to work in my soundboard that I use from SM58, because I thought that'd be kind of cool to, at times, if I'm just going to be right here in this area, to hook it up and go straight into the soundboard. Then I would have my compressor, noise gate, and all that on the mic. I wanted to compare it, just see how it sounded. I know it wouldn't sound as good as an SM58, but sure SM58, but it would probably sound quite a bit better. But it wouldn't work, no matter what kind of adapter and how I, you know, how they changed the pinout. It didn't change it to make it work. So but here's the point of these, you know, the advertisement of them is that you can, now this cable over here, you see I got that wound up, and that usually stays in the bag, and the rest, this one is long enough to reach, you know, from my desk over here to this table and stuff, and that's about it. This one is, I don't remember, they advertise it to be, they say on the box or what, or in the papers, let's see what it says there, something like 196 inch. Well, that's the whole thing. It's like, I'll show it when I open it up. I think it's 16 feet. They say that in the description, but anyway, we'll put that back out here and get this untied here. I keep thinking I have to be under that one, only when I'm trying to show close-ups. Okay. And actually, I always pay attention to the silliest things. I pay attention to the twisty. I like the twisty because I'm going to reuse that over and over to do things like this. If it's a good one, then I'm happy. But that one's real subtle, and but it does seem like it'll stay tied, so I like that. Okay, now this, I guess we'll have to unwind it. Trying to not get it in a big knot. That's a long cable. Okay, now here's what I wanted to show. You see, they all come down to this, and it's going to be, like I said, and see, in this case, they could make it stereo because, well, no, they can't because the phone's not wired in stereo. So, we'll find out. We'll plug it into the phone, unless they can do something that I didn't realize they could be done in the phones. But in my mind, well, my experience, you know, throughout the 80s and 90s was with analog audio gear, you know. And so, you know, there may be something they can do in the phone circuitry and the chips in them and stuff. They might be able to do both, you know, for all I know. I know that I love to watch and learn about electronics, so I do know there's a lot of things that can be done. It just depends on if they decide to do that. But anyway, it goes together. These two separate mic cables goes together into this little short pigtail that you know, brings it all together into the phone. So so the point they sell these, their selling point is to have two mics into one phone. Like, people use phones, some phones have really good, these are usable, but you know, they'll do 1080p in my phones. But they're not high resolution, high DPI. I mean, DPI, that's analog. Pixels. Megapixels. They're about 2 megapixels, I think. Yeah, about 2 megapixels on the video and 5 on the, you know, still shots. So anyway, I'm not going to unwind the whole thing because I want to keep it wound. I'm just going to get out enough to. Let's see, how much will I need? We'll see. Okay, but what I'm going to do is get enough out here to go to me. It's probably more than I need right there. Okay, but when they're, I think they're bigger mic heads than. Let's get that little wound back up, just like that. There we go. Now I think I know one thing. If you it may work. See, yeah, I'm going to try to keep it from getting in a rat's nest. Okay, yeah. So if you just wound that back up like that, it'll slide out of there and make a rat's nest in no time. So especially inside of my little bag over there. I'll be putting it in the bag in a minute, so you'll see what I'm talking about. But the other day, twice, my audio, let me check my audio again. My audio quit working, and it came cut in and out during videos, and I didn't know it.
The other day, twice.
Okay, and so that's why I bought this, and I thought, why not get something a little different? I started back during the Christmas sales, which some of them were good and some of them were actually more than what it's costing right now after Christmas. And now that the after Christmas sales are over and some of this stuff is still actually cheaper, like motherboards, computer motherboards, I noticed that. I was wanting to get one for my mom's computer, and I decided not to because I watched them go up as the weeks before Christmas went by. So anyway, you could have two people, you can do two people with these, or you can just wear both of them. You don't want to just lay one down because you're going to have whatever it's laying next to being picked up. But let's see what the clips look like. They look just about like the one I'm using, and they are tough to squeeze. Ooh. I mean, that's good that they're going to stay, but let's see if this one's that way too. And the good, I mean, you could say, well, that's, I thought, well, that could be a good thing, redundancy. But the thing is, they tie back into this one cable, and the most common point of failure would be like right there, when that keeps getting bent, or inside the connector or something. So I don't know that it's necessarily redundancy. It could be. I mean, if the mic head itself quit working, yeah, that could be done. But if one of these shorted out or something, then it would make noise in both of them. So. But it's definitely got a lot bigger mic head on it. Yeah, I was going to say a whole lot bigger. I don't know if that's good, bad, or indifferent. The size of the mic head really. Got a screen wire. The one I'm talking on right now, one time a while back it acted up, and I thought it might have a problem with the wiring inside. No, I took it apart and checked it out, and it was all fine. And I think it quit working altogether. And then once I took it apart and put it back together, it was fixed, but I didn't do anything to fix it. So it's been working ever since. That was months ago. But I don't know why the one I'm wearing, I can wiggle the cables, first thing you do. If they're acting up, put them on, listen to them live, and wiggle the cables and see or if you have to, make a video and then watch the video back later. That's what I have to do sometimes. Actually, that's generally what I do, because if I try to monitor live what's going on, I'll get feedback from my speakers, and it makes an echo in my recording. And it still does an echo. If I monitor off my YouTube live feed, I can do that, but that does the same thing. So, let's get these other adapters out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need, it's got some more wind socks. Pretty sure I'm wadded up. They sure don't look like the big fat round ones there, do they? They're all squeezed up so much. I guess they would stretch once you put them on there. I noticed the single, this same brand here, Pop Voice, has a single one that has 3 colors, like red, blue, and black, I think, of windscreens. There's 2 more clips. Well, that's cool. That was one complaint they had on some other ones. Mine hasn't broke. Well, actually, the one I have, the one I'm talking on, that was a complaint on it, is that their deal broke. And I thought, well, that could just... Well, you know how it is. Sometimes things are just not made well. I mean, quality control, things are not consistent. That's what I'm trying to say. Even though it may be made fairly well, there may be one bad one in the batch, or 100 bad ones in 200 or 1,000 or whatever. But anyway, this little deal right here, it looks like the exact same adapter is the one I'm using. It's a different brand, but that should fix me up. These plastics, they're so subtle, supple. Again, you can't hardly get them open. That adapter right here is, now, that's what I would say if you're wondering about getting, these lapel mics. I would get one with the this adapter and and this are equivalently, even if it's not TRS adapter, TRRS female to TRS male, and also the pinout changer, TRRS to TRRS, but it changes the pinout. And I'm hoping that it's going to be the same as the one I'm using right now, and it's going to make it work, because otherwise I won't. Yeah, I'm going to leave those in there, and then we'll see how that all goes. Okay, I'm going to put them in the bag right now, and I think I'll leave that out until I decide what I want with it. So yeah, okay, I'll put this in the bag. I'm going to try to do it the way I ended up doing the other one. Now I'm going to put this one on here because I'm planning on using it. Now see, I don't like how long that is, but just so happens I have the setup that makes it work without. Otherwise, that would have ended up getting broke. You could, even if you lay it down somewhere, you're going to forget and pull it off the table and end up breaking the. And you're not going to. I've had one of these phones apart. Everything is SMD surface mount stuff, tiny on these phones, and you're not going to be resoldering a new connector in there unless you're a real pro. I've been soldering since I was a little kid, but I'm not very good at it anymore because I can't see. In the last couple of years, I've learned how to solder surface mount stuff, but I've only done it twice. I've only had 2 things. The other day I tried doing something, and well, it didn't work. I'm going to have to take it back off and see. I think I got what they call a solder bridge, where there's like 5 pins and 4 of them are grounded, so I know it didn't work. So I did not try to use it. That and I actually overheated the board and didn't realize it, and I knocked a resistor. Well, long story, but I knocked a resistor off of it and lost it. And I could replace it, but the part, you can get another. It's a hard drive adapter, and you can get another one. I saw one for about $4. So anyway, assuming it will work without a power supply, it didn't have a power supply. So it's an old hard drive, and a 44-pin laptop hard drive that we want to use it on, and I forgot to look at the hard drive. That one, it's an old Dell hard drive, or not a Dell hard drive, but in a Dell computer. May not actually need an extra power supply. It may be on those 2 or 3 of those 44 pins. But there's a little book, and it shows you what comes with it. It's got a better book than any of them, the other one, that's for sure. That's a little colored magazine book. It definitely has good instructions. I still can't read it. It's readable yeah, that makes it readable if I don't make it as big as I can make it. But I'm not going to sit here and read it unless I have trouble with it. I'll put that in the box. But let's see, let's get on, well, let's just get back like we were. Let's see, let's get on, well, let's just get back like we were, in case I want to use that again. I love having all these different shots, but I'm really forgetful about what shot I'm using and everything. I've changed it, and I don't see it. There it is. It took a while to change. Okay, so gotta say I like that. That's a silly thing, but it just feels really nice. Okay, so yeah, keep my adapters in there, and yeah. See, here's my bag that I put the phone in, and here's the other bag. Talking about, oh, this one's not nylon. This is a fake leather, and I guess that's what I don't like fake leather, or I like real leather. It actually feels like leather. It's all right too. I'd forgotten it wasn't nylon. But, I mean, it's nice to have something to put your stuff in. It really helps to keep it organized. See, that the whole mic will fit in there. You know, you can See, it's got one of these, and of course I'm using the big silver one. And what else have I got in there? Oh, I put the papers in there. Is there anything else in there? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I got one more windsock for that. Oh, and the plastic bag for the windsock. Huh. I wonder why I didn't put... I wonder if that's been in there all that time. I thought I was down to only the one that was on there because I thought I had lost one. I wonder... Either there was 3 of them and I lost one. I hunted for that thing forever. I wonder if that had... I just... You know, I haven't dug everything out of this bag in a long time. But I'm going to put it in the plastic bag. That's so full of electricity. It'll keep it from getting dirty if I can ever get the plastic bag open. There. I was thinking I might do that with those others, but really the others... Well, I think the others are fine in the big bag, I guess. I don't want to squish them down too much. Yeah, there we go. This is... Is there anything else in there? This one's not as big of an opening, so you can't hardly get your fingers in there. Not that it's a big deal, but... All right, now. I think I used to... No, that wouldn't fit in there. I was going to say, okay, so this is all you get with the other one. And it's enough to tell you about it. But... I don't remember what I did with the box. I don't think it had much of a box. That's why that's in the bag, that paper. I usually don't like to wrinkle up my papers by putting them in the bags. Whoops, dropped it. I don't know where it went. It didn't, it doesn't look like it made it to the ground, so I guess it's, oh, there it is. Yeah, it's right under my wheels. You know when you drop something and you're sitting in a rolling chair, that stuff has to just drop right close to the wheels, always, whatever it is. Okay, so we're going to tie you back up. Well, actually, don't tie you back up yet. We may be putting the mic in there. Okay, so this one has its stuff in it. I got to look again and see what I did. Yeah, that other little bag. Yeah, these are so big they need more room to not get squished. Okay. Now, now I'm going to switch to the, how am I going to do this? I'll lose audio, of course, when I switch. I probably won't, my app that I use, I'll wake up the phone so we can see it. Okay. Now it's running in the background right now. So, but if I hit the icon, it'll bring it up, and you can tell that it's running by the little mic icon. You know, tells you the IPS. It streams the audio over the Wi-Fi. And then if you, on this phone, the middle one is the, you know, go to the background button. So that'll keep it going in the background. Now, let me get over here. Actually, I'm going to take this with me. And get my mic. See, it already looks like it's in a big mess, but it's okay. All right, now. I may have to, I got to get on the SM58 to do the switch, or I want to, because I don't want my audio to be gone. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it unless I end up working over here instead of over there. Might be the only way to do it. Let's see. Okay, so let's get on cam 1. I could tilt this one down. That's what I could do. But Let's see. Well, I can turn this if I move my laptop. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and get back on our other.
Okay, now we should just be on the SM58. And let's make sure about the. Okay, now we're on the SM58, and I can move my laptop around the corner there. Okay, now, and if I'm careful, I'll move it. Okay, now, should be able to hear myself okay. I mean, you should be able to hear me okay. Okay, now, what do we got going here? Now, what I'm thinking I'll do, I want to wake that. Yeah, there we go. It's quite behind my seems that some reason my it might be better if I did it just on the. I was thinking I would use the. Yeah, I don't know why my USB USB camera's way behind what I'm doing for some reason. And that's confusing the heck out of me. That one usually doesn't do that, but it's doing it right now. Maybe everything's behind. No, it doesn't seem super bad. Okay, well, let's just do this. Sometimes it's not near as bad in the. See if my sound still works. Let's just do this. Okay, yeah, sound is good. Okay, my phone keeps going to sleep quicker than normal. It must not be on a normal setting. Okay, and I get the app back up. I want to make sure it doesn't. Oh, I'm going to get out of the app. Yeah, that's the thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to get out of the app and unplug it. Oh, it seems like the mic's back to normal now. Okay, now we'll just set this off to the side for now. And oh, let's see. I'll show you the differences. I was talking about the differences in the mic heads. And it's not, I took the cover off so it's, the windscreen. It's not just the windscreen. But look at the difference in those. Quite a bit. I think they actually advertised that this being bigger made it work better, like more surface to pick up sound or something, I don't know about that. Really, actually, I really don't buy it, to be honest, because it's the mic, the mic, I'll say the mic head, that's what we always call them. It's their quality and the electronics in them and everything. So let's get this plugged back in. This is the new one. Gotta make sure you get it all the way in. Okay, now, the light in the ceiling is causing bad reflections. Now see that with this IP webcam, you can stream audio or video, or both. Well, I've discovered that, I'm going to get it turned on. I've discovered that it's streaming, so now I figured out that minimizing the app makes, even if you accidentally touch something, you won't accidentally close the app. Very, very unlikely. So that's why I go ahead and minimize it now. So let's go over here to the back to the desktop. hope that was a good choice, because closing the app, I just remembered why I might have not wanted to do that. Laptop back where I can see it and reach it. Because sometimes when you lose your camera or audio feed in OBS Studio, it doesn't come back until you close OBS and open it back up. So it might have been better to leave that streamer going, but I could have lost the mic connection. I thought, well, it's a different mic, you know. And so anyway, let's just see if it works. My bag over there, I'll have to go over there and get it when we get ready for it, but okay, let's see. Set this up here, I guess. Now, I guess, I guess I should go get the bag. Boy, yeah, extra cables makes it more likely to tangle up. Okay, now I can reach the bag if I get ready. When and if I get ready for it. Let's make sure our app's still streaming audio. It should be. Yep, still looks like it is. Okay. Now I'm going to get this. Well, I said I didn't want to make a rat's nest. That's exactly what I did. Tried to be careful. When you got these hooks, you know, these clasps and everything, it really wants to make a rat's nest quick. And this one being so much longer of a cable makes it even more likely to do that. Okay, now okay. So here they are, and I probably have more out that I need, looks like. See what I gauge it by the bag and how far it is down to my waist where I wear it and all that stuff. But, oops. I guess what I'll do, yeah, I'll hook them on my shirt and then try to figure out the best length. I just guessed at it a minute ago. I think it's too much. But what I was thinking could be a benefit of having the dual mics is a lot of times when I'm working on a computer or something, especially, I want to talk and show us what's the sound it's making, like if the fan's making noise or something at the same time. And so I can't. Well, with two mics, I can. I thought that might be kind of cool. Now, where I guess I'm just going to put them on. Normally, I put it to one single mic right in the middle here. Now, the only thing, let's see. Yeah, they both want to go that way. Be nice if the clip was on the other way, so that you could make one be. Like I said, they're going to be mono mics. Oddly enough, well, even though you have a mono mic, OBS still puts it on stereo channels, and most of your apps will do that. Anyway, if they were facing, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I kind of thought it'd be nice if they were facing each other. Just now, thought of that, looking at them. You might be able to take that clip off and do that. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, you can. So I'm going to try turning them the other way. You just don't slide it off the end. That way you don't break it. There we go. So... And also, if they bump into each other, like they move around on your shirt or something, they'll just be bumping the air of the foam and not the like that. They'll be bumping the foam and not the. This shirt's not heavy enough for these are heavier. This is not much of a shirt for that. I can't think of another place I'd want to wear them though. Okay, let's just see if it works before I do any other. Unmute it. Check 1, 2. Uh-oh. No mic. Okay, so I probably shouldn't have turned the app off. That was the way I was thinking to do it at first, and sometimes if you get off that channel and get on a different channel, it'll come in. So we'll try that. But yeah, turning off the app and turning it back on, I really may end up having to close OBS. That means I'll have to. Oh, I can close. I actually have enough time to close OBS and open it back up without losing my stream. Most of the time, I might do that. We'll try that if it's not going to work. Let's try desktop. See if it comes in.
See if it comes in.
So now you can see. Oh, it
So
came
now
in.
you can see. Oh,
Okay,
it
I
came
see
in.
my-
Okay, I
or
see
it
my.
might. Now we probably have
or it
echo.
might. Now we probably have echo.
So let's see if it works.
So
on
let's
the-
see if it works on the. Okay, we'll turn off the SM58. Now let's get on. Okay, are we back? Yep. Okay, so we've got our mics. We're working on the desktop, but not on camera 1. That doesn't make sense. Let me turn on the SM58 again so when I switch you'll still hear me.
Okay, yeah, we got both
Okay,
mics.
yeah,
It's not.
we
It's
got
a bad
both mics,
echo.
it's not- it's a
Okay,
bad-
now. Okay, so why is it not working? Let's see. Properties. That won't help. Filters. That doesn't need to be changed. Okay, let's try advanced properties. Yeah. Okay, that's not it either. There's something you can do. Oh, it was regular properties. Properties. Let's look at the one that works. Let's see. So now, let's see if it works
So
again.
now let's see if it works again.
Yep. Okay, now let's mute
Yep.
the SM58.
Okay, now let's mute the SM58. Okay, now I'm going to look at properties. Stop when not visible, restart when visible. Okay. That is the way I used all the cameras and all the audio before because I thought it would use a lot less extra memory, a lot less memory and resources on the machine. But then when I had so much trouble with the syncing, we hit cancel there. I had so much trouble with the syncing not working with the audio and video, I put it on always play. And then I started the other day, I did it on everything, audio and video. Well, I thought I did, but that one is not on always play. So let's go back to cam 1.
Yeah, cam 1 only works on the SM58 right now. Okay, so now I can't. Well, actually, I can do one in desktop. Yeah, then you can see what it is I'm doing.
Yeah, then you can
Okay,
see what
now,
it is I'm
one in
doing.
desktop.
Okay, now one in
Oh,
desktop.
that works.
Oh, that
Okay.
works. Okay.
Let's go to cam 1
Let's
again.
go to.
Okay. So there's something odd with cam 1. Let's see what it is. Properties. Always play. Maybe that jacks it up. Stop and start. Maybe that'll fix it. I hope. Okay. We did.
We did.
All right.
All right.
Now. Okay, now I know what to do. Well, I'm just going to do that right now. Okay, cam 2. I won't be able to tell unless I have it unmuted. Okay, sorry about the
Okay.
bad
Sorry
echo.
about the bad echo.
Hello, check. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. And that's audio cam 2. It is on stop when not visible, restart when, but it's not working. Have it muted? Audio cam 2, audio cam 3. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Oh, maybe I was on the wrong one. Yep. So they need to be, this flat doesn't work. Stop when not visible, restart when visible. Check 1, 2.
Check 1,
There it
2.
goes.
There it goes.
So I don't think it's good to do
I don't think it's good to
I'm
do
just starting
the-
to think it's
I'm just starting to think
not good to do the cameras that way either. Well, this it is all kind of a sidetrack, but it's also, well, this is part of what you got to do to get it to work. So, there's no telling. And I just realized, you know what? That might be why my other mic was. Well, it was cutting in and cutting out. Maybe it wasn't cutting in and cutting out. Maybe it was changing with the scenes, and I didn't think about that. So I need to turn. I'll just go on the SM58 and go into every scene and make sure that has a mic. And well, first let's get the. Let's see, is this working? Okay. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our bag. Get it in its bag and everything. What I do is I turn it like this. Put it in the bag. I think it's going to be. Oh, that's all right. There we go. So I get it. I don't know if I can hold it up in the air with all this. Yeah, okay. Well, I put it in the bag like this. And I don't know that actually matters. How, other than I'm right-handed and that makes sense to me. And then I stick now that other one just had a little bitty, you saw how small that cable was that was in there. I may have to put this in first. Yeah, I'm going to have to put this in first. So what I need to do is figure out how long I want it to be. And I'm going to put it in. There's lots of space at the bottom of the bag that'll be big enough for all this big wad of cable. So, let me put my hand in there. And, yeah, I know I'm off the camera, but I can't actually do it. The mic, my SM58 mic stand is in the way. I'm just going to do it to it. It's, oh, yeah, wearing both of the mics is, this may end up, if the other mic, if I figured out why my mic was causing trouble, maybe, we'll see how this sounds. Of course, that's one of the biggest things is how does it sound? Okay, there we go. If this sounds better, I'll for sure use it. It could sound worse. I had thought about saying, okay, now how could I wear these two mics in two different places instead of both of them right here, so that if I turn my head, if I had like, I used to only wear shirts with collars and stuff. I don't do that anymore. I wear t-shirts, but you could put them on your collars. Well, that would probably be too far away, but it's usually better to have it in the center because most of the time you keep your head in the center. But I was thinking if you had them kind of spread apart so that when you turn your head, it doesn't do what it does on the SM58. It doesn't. The SM58 needs you to be closer. Well, I mean, you can gain it more, but then you're going to get a lot of background noise. Well, I can't control the gain because the phone controls it. But anyway, yeah, I think in this case here, I'm going to put that big hunk of wire in the bottom of the bag. And then put my phone in there afterwards. I don't think I'll have room for the, before I kept my bag of goodies in the kept in my bag. And the zipper goes, you know, all the way open on the left and all the way closed on the right. So it's not really possible for me to show what I'm doing. Sorry. I can't stand when people are showing and explaining stuff, but then they're not showing. You're not showing. They're telling, but they're not showing on the videos. But I just can't get this to work. I'll stay by my mic. Okay, by my 58. I think I've got it. Okay, so now I'm gonna get off the SM58.
Get off the SM58.
Okay, now we're back on the other one.
Okay, now we're back on the other one.
And
okay, now we're off the SM58, and now we'll get the bag. Since I've painfully went through all this with the bag, I'll just show exactly why it's beneficial. Get it put on. How do I usually do that? I don't think I may not have enough. I don't have enough slack, really. Well, I kind of do. It's just not as easy to get on and off. No, I don't. I can't move around normally. That's not the beneficial part of using the bag. So I've got to have a whole nother loop. Now, there may be all kinds of noise. I guess we'll find out how much moving around we can do, because I am on the wireless mics while I'm fiddling with all this. I was trying to be on the SM58 so that I wouldn't be. But let's see. I think I need 2 more loops out. Or do I need 1 more? Let's see. That kind of seems like too much. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that ought to be it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I was trying to make those wind up at the same end, but that won't work. Okay. Trying to hold it up in the air. Let's see. I know it's not important to anyone but me, but I'm just trying to get it to where it works good. Okay. Yeah, I was just turning the connector and I didn't see any noise on any jumps on. Could be making some noise, but I didn't see any huge spikes on my audio readout there, so that's a good thing. Now, okay, now let's see. All right. I've had this old bag for many years. My friend of mine's a photographer, old friend, and he used these things to carry camera gear and film. I mean, he was from back. He still, let's see. No, he has digital cameras now, but well, he goes back and forth. He gets one and gets rid of it and gets another one. But so I don't really know. I haven't talked to him much in the last few years. But anyway, he only liked Nikon cameras. And they were fantastic cameras, especially the film cameras. But in the reviews and stuff, I've been watching a bunch of them recently. They don't fare so well in the reviews about doing video with them, but they have some of the best lenses, for sure. And that was one of his main reasons why he liked them. And yeah, that ought to be all right now. Okay, so that's how I do that, and that makes me total freedom. And I've gone as much as 5 hours. Start with the phone fully charged. I've gone as much as 5 hours on these. Let me check that sound.
freedom, and I'm gone as much as possible.
Well, I don't know until I watch the video myself if it sounds any different or better or worse. It pretty much sounds the same to me as my other lapel mic. But if I didn't lose any sound, it could be. I've got that. The other mic I had it gained. I'm seeing that jump up pretty high. It could be that these pick up better. Check 1, 2. Well, that pegged it, didn't it? I might see. I have a gain turned on. I'm going to go back to the SM58 now so that I can,
you know, do those mics. I'm going to go through every channel now. I mean, every scene. I'm going to go to the desktop. Okay, now I'll show you. Yeah, I muted the wireless mics now, and I'm on the SM58 now. I'll show you what I need to have. Okay, now here's filters. This is what I'm talking about. I've got 17 dB gain on every channel. Not every channel. I'm used to calling them channels because I did a lot of sound mixing. Every scene. So I might end up needing to take that back. I don't have any gain on the SM58. I do all the work on that with my in the analog, you know, gear before it gets to the computer, the Behringer mixer and the Behringer V-amp effects processor. And oh, I forgot. Okay, now then there's the properties, and the regular properties is where I just realized that I need to have my audio doesn't even work at all if it's not on stop when not visible and restart when visible. I don't know why. Now the video works either way, but it was working much better when I put it. What got me to doing that is having it. I turned it on all the time, and it made the video seem like it wasn't giving me as much problems with delay. But now it's gone wonky and crazy. So I think I should put it back like it was. But audio is what I'm really interested in right now. Now this is the advanced settings, and this is where you can set audio delay. You can do plus and minus, and you could try to go advance it some, but I don't know if it'll do that. But it will delay, I know that. But say if your video is behind your audio, which is one of my, it keeps changing a lot though with this Wi-Fi. It's just a never-ending battle. But with I did have up to about, I think I had around 50 milliseconds or something delay on the SM58, the mic aux. That's the SM58. And it seemed to be helping, and then it seemed like it wasn't helping. And the problem is the cameras are on Wi-Fi, even though the mic, you know, the SM58 is on wired connection, analog to computer, which turns it into digital. The cameras are all going over the Wi-Fi, and the conditions change on that constantly. You can watch it with the Wi-Fi. Well, it's called Wi-Fi Finder, the app I use on your phones. You can just watch it how it changes the signal strength and the interference, and what causes that mostly is interference from your neighbors and from other radio signals in the area. You know, we use so much radio these days. So so right now I'm going to just make sure that the more I talk here, the more I get confused about what I have and haven't done. So I'm going to make sure all of my audios are stop and visible. Let's see, now I could do the, this is screen capture, so we'll leave it like it is. It works. It's been working really good. We don't want to mess it up. Okay, now I'm going to go to Cam 1 and desktop so that I can see and show, you know, all of them. So here's audio from Cam 3 on that one. And I can go in here and go to filters. Should be, I'm going to leave those like they are. Okay. And then properties, stop when not visible, start when visible. Okay. And then advanced, it shouldn't have any delay on anything. I'll just make sure on everything. The video, let's see what it's set on now. Oh, okay. That's the audio. When you click on the gear right in the middle, that's only for audio. So you have to right click. If you want to do that specific thing, then right click. Yeah, see it says always play even when not visible. And I'm going to change them back. This is what I used. Stop when not visible, restart when visible. I think maybe that was better overall. I hope so. If I mess everything up in this video, well, then we'll find out. Of course, the screen capture is there because this is a dual view here. Okay, now let's go and right click. I'll right click. That makes me less likely to get confused. Okay. And then the filters, 17 dB. Whoops. I hit defaults by accident when I meant to hit closed. At least I know it was 17. 17. Oh, there's no save. See that? I didn't even notice that. That says defaults. There's not like a yes and no button. You know, it's just it automatically saves it. So that was real nice. Okay, filters. Okay, yeah, 17 dB plus 17. Yes, we don't want negative 17. Which I believe you can do in there. Okay. Now, let me get a little drink here. Okay, right click, look at the filters. Yeah, 17 dB. Right click properties, stop and restart. Okay, could hit either way, okay or cancel. I just worried sometimes if I hit okay, I accidentally changed something and I didn't notice it. Let's see what we got on this one. I don't use it hardly ever anymore because my Wi-Fi just really can't support. Nothing on the filters. This is for the 10-inch tablet. Yeah, it's still on stop when. Let's see what the audio was set on. Yeah, stop. Okay. Filters, yeah, 17. Okay. Now then, I want to triple check the other two cameras, but you won't be able to see them. You'll see me instead. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, cancel is in, the left button, and defaults is also the left button, so that's how come I got mixed up. Okay, so what am I? This is the video feed. Okay. Yeah, no, okay, now camera 2, which is where I was working. Audio, well, see, now camera 2, sometimes I use the audio on it, so yeah, I haven't changed that. Okay, I don't use it very often, but sometimes I go ahead and stream. I started a sentence and I didn't finish it, I think, way early on. I figured out that I have 3 phones, so I stream the audio on one phone, camera 3, video on camera 1 and video on camera 2, and then switch back and forth. That gives me less delay, less latency problems between audio and video than if you try to stream audio and video from one phone, which you might think would keep it in sync, what it does, I think, is overworks it might overwork the processors, but probably not because they're quad cores. I think it overworks the Wi-Fi chip because the most I've ever seen them get is about 65, maybe 72 megabits. They generally run around 30 to 55 or something when I check them. Okay, yeah, 17 dB gain. Property, stop, okay. And what's this video? Okay, that one's on always play. Stop when not visible, okay. Now that was, I don't remember I'm not sure which video that is, but okay, close. Yeah, I'm putting everything back on stop when not visible, play when visible, okay. I am quadruple checking because I haven't really been with it at all today, and I can't really remember what I just did. It's 10 seconds ago. Okay, so yeah, let's look at the camera stream 3. You would think that for the audio, okay, yeah, let's put it on stop when not visible. Filter 17 dB, and then the video. I don't have the video streaming, so you can turn the video on and off in the IP webcam app. So there's just multiple ways to do what you want. And it's kind of cool, actually. Now, both cams 1 and 2, let's see what I got them set on. Audio from cam 3. It's on always play. Yeah, I tried to go through and do that on all of them. Now I realize I don't want that. Filters, 17 dB. Now this would be video. Stop when not visible. Start when visible. No filters on that. Stop when. And that is the other camera. That's two cameras. I've got them by their IP address, so I don't know which one is which. Of course, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just all you're seeing is just me. Okay. All right. Now then, let's go back to one in desktop again and check that all again. Audio. Stop when not visible. Okay, and then filters. 17 dB. Video, stop when not visible, no filters on that one. Screen, I haven't been looking at, look to see if there's any filters. No filters, okay. Properties, it just says screen capture. Oh, you can see that now, can't you? Yeah, it just shows the screen size and all that. Okay, now. Do camera 2. Stop when not visible. See, and to with IP webcam, well, in order to, this is IP webcam sends out a VLC stream, video LAN stream, or one that video LAN can work with, I guess you could say. Anyway, in order for it to pick it up, VLC, it has to have a separate audio stream from the video stream. So, or at least it does. Working with this IP webcam app, it doesn't have, no, I know for a fact it doesn't have to. VLC doesn't require that. It's IP webcam, I guess, because I've used to do VLC streams years ago, and you can put them encapsulate. You can have many choices, and you can encapsulate them separately or together in the stream. And I always did them together in usually an MPEG video stream. MPEG, and then MPEG 1, MPEG 2. Now they're up to MPEG 4, you know. Anyway, this is how you do it with IP webcam. It has to be audio.wave, and then so you pick it up as a separate stream from the video, even if it's coming from the same device. Wait, let's go back to the filters. Yeah, 17 dB. Okay, now. Filters, there shouldn't be any on the video, but on the, yeah, stop when not visible. Now you can do a lot of filters, but that works your machine harder, so I don't do any unnecessary filters. Now let's see what I've done on the, it's working still. Okay, now let's see what I've done over here. The audio, yeah, okay, stop when not visible, restart. Now let's see what the filters it should be. I want all of them set to plus 17 dB. Now this is the USB camera, the endoscope, the close-up camera. Okay. Yeah, I'll just use the defaults on that, and I shouldn't have any filters. Okay. Now. Endoscope and cam 1. Let's see what we got there. Okay, stop when not visible. Oops, did the same thing again. 17 dB gain. This is the video. Yeah, okay, stop, start. Now filters, shouldn't be any filters. Then the what are we doing? Video capture, video for Linux. Oh yeah, because it's the endoscope. Yeah, I'm not going to change any of that. Shouldn't be any filters either. You got to be careful when I get in the habit of hitting cancel. Then I want to hit defaults over there. So, but I'm scared. Generally, I want to hit cancel when I'm not changing anything, because what if I accidentally change something, which does happen in my world. Okay. Let's see. Anyway. Yeah, I'm trying to go really fast too, aren't I? Okay. Well, you kind of need fast because it takes a long time. Okay, now there's not. Well, there is audio on the music. I'll do them later because that'd be annoying to play that music. Okay, now let's get on the desktop and switch back to the wireless lapel mics.
Wireless lapel mics. Okay. Now, get off the SM58. Now we'll look through each scene. All right. We're on the desktop, so let's look around the desktop. Here's our video we're making, our backup video. Here's our system resource usage. This is what I do every video before I start to do tests. Okay, and the music play in and play out, I'll look at that on my own time. Okay. Okay, so we have sound. Yes, we have sound. Cam stream me. Okay. Camera 2. Do we have sound over there? Yes. They changed the darn order of the audio mixer view there. Just drives me nuts because they're always in different orders. Well, part of it's because I have an audio cam 2 and an audio cam 3 as well. That's that. But I leave that in there. I don't hardly ever use it, but in case I need it, I'll leave it in there. Okay, now that's no camera, but just audio. So we should just have audio. Okay. Cam 3 and then cams 1 and 2. Looks like we have audio just fine, and should still have video. It's a bit delayed, but we do have it. It took me a while for my hand to show up on the table, and it looks like it's really a lot delayed. That was the reason I got into all that, changing those settings. Let's see if they're stop. Yeah, stop. I'm not visible. No filters. But that happens anyway, so I'm not necessarily going to blame it on what I'm doing right now. Although changing settings while you're recording a video could end up being problematic. But, okay. I'm looking at the settings again to make sure since it was really looking delayed. Well, now it looks better on camera 2 and still pretty slow on camera 1. Okay, now the desktop. I guess I should wave to the camera. That looks pretty normal. Okay, and that's camera 1 in desktop. Now camera 2 in desktop. Okay, that's pretty normal. See what I mean? Just switching scenes does that, and I still, to this day, don't know why. Okay, endoscope. Now the endoscope is seriously delayed. Don't know why. But it do look like we have audio. Let's check those settings. Okay. Okay. And okay. Okay. Oh, I think it's frozen up. Yeah. I'm afraid that sometimes the endoscope freezes on me. Yep, endoscope was frozen. Just showing the last picture that it saw. Because if I take that bag out of there, it doesn't go out of there. The only thing to fix that is to shut down OBS and I usually just restart the machine because it's usually because the machine's getting the memory's getting full and stuff. So, well, and I was changing all those settings. And you know what? I think that's the one camera you can't mess around with the settings while it's live. And I actually kept hitting cancel though instead of save, okay on the settings, but I'm sure it's not a recommended thing to do what I was just doing, going through changing settings during the live video, while OBS is running. But I do get away with it for the most part, so I've been doing it. Okay, so I'm just going through the rest of these settings again. yeah, my endoscope is locked up. And there's really not any way to fix it either. Okay, so I'm thinking that these mics might just be a little hotter than. Let's go to the desktop. So we'll make a little. This will be my last test.
I'm going to turn them both on.
Okay,
for
I'm
a
going to
minute.
turn them both on
Try
for
to
a
watch
minute.
the
Try to
VU
watch
meter.
the
They actually look like
meter.
they're just
They actually
right
look
on
like
the
they're
same.
just right on the
And
same.
they're one's
And
behind the other.
One's
or
behind
ahead of
the other,
whichever
or
way
ahead
you
of the
wanna
other,
try to say
whichever
it.
way you want to try to say it.
I'm going ahead and mute those wireless now so it won't be so annoying. I actually think they might be closer to the same volume with these mics than it was with the other one. Without, the same amount of gain, but I think the mics may pick up a little better. So maybe it'll be good because I had that other mic gained as much as I really thought I dared. The more you gain it, those mics pick up a lot more background noise than the SM58, and I didn't want to go up any higher. But when I was switch, and that kind of seems to change too for some unknown reason. Sometimes it seemed hotter than at other times. Like today, when I was doing my pre-test before the video, it seemed like the lapel wasn't as hot as it usually is. And I always go over my mixing board too, because sometimes my arm bumps the knobs, but I went over and looked through all the knobs and made sure everything looked the same. And my switch over here, I always check all my knobs on my mixer, and then my V-amp is preset. But sometimes I've actually forgotten and gotten on the wrong. There's A, B, C, D, E that I could switch to, and only, let's see what, A, B, and C. A is for speaking voice, B and C. B is for singing. That's what I set up for myself. And C, which I don't ever do much, but it is there. And C, I actually set up for dubbing digitizing a cassette tape, running it through here to the computer and digitizing it. And then D and E are just some wacky effects that I played with. And of course, that's really meant to be a guitar effects unit, but it does have compressor, noise gate. It actually tells you in its instructions, try it out for a vocal. You'd be surprised how good it works for vocals. I knew that's why I bought that particular one, is because that, and I really didn't want one down on the floor. I wanted to be able to control it like this in a recording situation, I can't really play. I just play with my guitar, so I'm not going to be doing any live sets or anything, live shows. So that's why I got that one. I've had it for quite a few years. I actually didn't use it until the last couple of years for that. I've had it for over 10 years. And actually, it's pretty complicated, and the instructions are hard to follow and for me. And I didn't use it for years when I could have been using it, because I just didn't feel like getting it out and trying to figure it out again. But so I believe we're set up. I don't really know why I went back to the desktop. I believe I'm set up. I can see that it's working.
Let's go back to it one more time.
And
okay, so yeah. And see, what I can do is I don't really have anything. Well, let's test that. So let's say I wanted to. I don't know which one is the one that I'd want to do it with, but I guess the one that I can do with my right hand, because I got more squeezing power on my right hand than I do on my left. But say this, they're all kind of wound up. This Red Black Biostar, it makes a little noise and it's running. This is the one that's my server right now. You can probably hear that. Now, when I'm trying to sleep at night, that can get quite aggravating, trying to go to sleep. Once I'm asleep, it doesn't bother me. It's not real loud, and it's not making all the noises that it usually makes. But see, like when I'm doing something like that, that's what I was. Now it's kind of making more noise. I don't have the camera aimed towards it, so I can't Now you can get. I bet that gives a bit of a. I wonder if that gives a delay. One on my shirt and one out there like that. My cough. Probably not far enough apart to make an actual delay, but. Now I'm having to fiddle with them. Okay, where do I want them? You know. But yeah, there could be a lot of possibilities. They are definitely more noticeable than I just completely forget I had the other one on. These are heavier, and so it makes the clips kind of feel scratchy on my skin, clipped on my t-shirt like that. But
Clips kind of feel scratchy on my skin, clipped on my t-shirt. But
I was listening back to see what it sounded like. I can see that my camera is super behind. I mean, I'm sitting here watching me clip the clips back on my preview, and on my, well, of course, it is about 10 or 20 seconds behind over there on the live feed, but preview here. But I just found, I finally realized, I saw it on their OBS Studio website. Preview is not exactly real time either, and so some of this my perceived problem with delay is not always there in the video nearly as bad. It's usually there, but not nearly as bad in the video as it looks like to me in the preview, and I keep forgetting that always. Yeah, the mic, it certainly looked better with one little lightweight mic hung right in the middle than with these two big old heavy ones. Pulling my shirt all out of whack. Like I said, this is a pretty thin t-shirt that's pretty well worn out. So. I really haven't had to give it really any thought about all that much at all. But these are heavier; they make a difference. All right, well, definitely a good test. I should know exactly what it all sounds like now. And see, I haven't heard. The only thing I've heard of it is when I just turn the laptop on for a second, there's the sound on it. Of course, it doesn't sound anything like I'm just using little tiny little laptop speakers, you know. But kind of confused, being tired and all. So, go back to the desktop.
Back on the SM58 one more time. I always like to go, well, if I like to leave it like that on the SM58 because it's my favorite mic. But I was thinking maybe if I got on the desktop and went back to my camera again, it would wave and say, no, it's still way behind. I guess all that changing things up has caused that. So yeah, don't change your settings in the middle of your live stream. You'll mess up your video even worse. So anyway, this was all about setup and testing anyway. So this is what happens. So I guess I'll go ahead and go. And I've got so many different things that I need to do. I say that every time, don't I? I can't decide what to do next, but I'm glad I got this done. It really is quite. They really are scratchy. I don't know. It's just the weight of them. They're not any more. They're not sharp. The clips, I can feel with my finger. They're not sharp. But anyway, I'm gonna go and maybe I'll come back here in a little bit with something else, unless decide I'm better off quitting since my brain is pretty slow tonight. All right. Well, there we go. There's my new Pop Voice mic, dual mic set. Hopefully it'll be all right. I was so pleasantly surprised with how well the first one worked. That was $9.99. You know, that one is still available. The other one, it's 17 something now. And I don't think it's worth $17. I thought it was well worth $10, but not $17. I don't know. Maybe it is. I haven't had. Now this will be my second set, so we'll see how it compares. I mean, maybe it's worth $17 compared to the others. We'll find out. All right. Just what you already got, you know, you already bought it, and it's the same mic. You know, I don't believe they've updated it or anything. Same exact thing, and it's a cheap mic. I mean, it's cheap made and cheap mic. I've used Pro Audio Gear for almost about 20 years. 18 years or something. Counting, I quit mixing sound pretty much in 2000. So, counting since I've been using my SM58s and stuff since then. So. Here at home, not mixing concerts. So I've been using Pro Audio Gear for many years, you know, 30-something years, I guess. So, and I've never used any of the super expensive stuff, but I've used the good stuff. And so, you know, that's these little $10 mics aren't anything like that. Oddly enough, though, when you do have like a Pro Audio, it's been many years since I used any, you know, expensive lapels and stuff. Mostly what we used was wireless lapels. Well, it was a wireless unit that you could either use a handheld or a lapel, either one, and we'd use one or the other. You know, sometimes, you know, we'd have whatever the person, the show needed, and of course, I remember before that, you know, people using them wired, like these style wired. But so the wired lapels that I saw people using in church before I really was mixing sound for bands, they were better made than these are. But the sound is out of these is pretty much the same, I would say. Just that the wiring's more delicate and all that, you know. So anyway. I guess I'll go and just see how it goes. My video is so far behind. I keep thinking, well, it's going to catch up, but it's not going to catch up. So when I end up going, it's going to probably cut. I don't know if I'll get to the end of my audio and the video will be cut off, or something's going to get cut off. I don't know exactly how it's going to happen. I've forgotten what usually happens when it gets like this. But sometimes I've noticed lately, that's another reason why I wanted to go ahead and switch back to stop when not visible and start when visible, because I noticed that I would say, you know, I would say, okay, I'm going to go, and I would wait a little bit and then click stop. Well, I would get cut off. And he's cut off, you know, something like that. It's quite a bit of, and I guess that's because of the way I had it set. So I'm thinking, hoping that this will make it better. So anyway, I'm going to go and see you later.